Hi, welcome to episode 4 of Dr Hatz vlog, Insights from a Clinician CEO. This is the last one of the year as we come up to Christmas, and I've got my Christmas jumper on. And it's an opportunity to really look back and think about some of the successes of the year, but also to look forward. So this episode will be centered on life science partnerships. And the reason being is because the UK is a powerhouse for life sciences, but I feel like we can do more around innovation and implementation to make sure that people get the best treatments and the best innovations they can have that improve their lives. And so in this episode, I spent time with Dr Amit Aggarwal from the Association of British Pharmaceutical Industries. He actually came to see me in my clinic room, so a different type of consultation than I'm used to. And we talked through some of the work that they have done with NHS Confederation on collaboration around life sciences. You will also see content from a panel that I did at BiteLabs in London at the Guildhall, and that was really exciting because it was at the time of the UK Investment Summit. And we talked about the role of AI, particularly in life sciences, and forming partnerships around that.
Looking broadly at a systems level is really, really important in making the case for partnerships and how valuable they can be, because ultimately the aims, whether you're working in the NHS or whether you're working in industry, everyone has the same aim, is to do the best thing for patients. And the sum of the parts working together, there's much more strength in that than working individually in silos. What joint working essentially means is it means when both the NHS and pharmaceutical company pool resources, and that can be financial resource, that can mean people, pool resources on a defined project, really that is for the ultimate benefit of patients. But within joint working, we also talk about this concept of the triple win. So apart from benefits to patients, within joint working, we also look for benefits to the NHS and benefits to the pharmaceutical company involved as well. So that's what we call the triple win. And so this guidance that's been jointly produced with ABPI and the NHS Confederation is really a how-to guide. How do you collaborate? What do you need to do to scope and set up a project? What are the mechanics of doing that? Getting the right governance in place, making sure you adhere to the ABPI code. What are your kind of measurables and KPIs at the end of that? So that's what this guide is really designed to do, is to be a very practical, operational how-to guide on how to partner.
That was a brilliant conversation with Amit, and I want to share with this video the report that the ABPI have done with NHS Confederation that has a bunch of good examples of how you can form these partnerships with the NHS to improve patient care.
And so when we're thinking about something like artificial intelligence, the art of the possible is incredible. But to do it well, we have to do it through partnership.
There's no doubt that there are significant challenges when it comes to health and care, but to be able to overcome those challenges, we need to think about technologies like AI. If we're going to think about technologies like AI, we need to use it ethically, and events like this really help us to do that. They allow us to have conversations around how we involve the public, how we do this safely for people, and have the right kind of regulatory guidance and support. We also think about equity and make sure that we do this fairly, avoiding things like bias. These threads are incredibly important as we move forward, and it's important that we come together in communities like this to be able to have those conversations. London is a powerhouse. It's the home to a number of AI startups, actually one of the leading places in the world for AI startups. So it's incredibly valuable to see that investment and support and engagement through the City of London to be able to help us as a country really move forward in this space and be a world leader in this space. Having said all of that, one of the areas of work that I do, so I practice in London as a GP, but I lead in Kent, Surrey and Sussex, so actually in the southeast of England. So I'm really interested in how we leverage the power of London to be able to level up our communities and our societies outside of London too, and I think there's a lot of work we can do in that space. These events are essential because they bring together experts in many different industries. So I work in the NHS, but out there I've engaged with people from the life sciences industry, the startup, innovator world, the technology sector, the policy world, and bringing all of these experts together allows us to think about the bigger issues, but have practical solutions to be able to solve these big issues, whether that's moving to proactive healthcare, which is one of the topics that we discussed today, through to making sure we make the most of data and we do that ethically.
Ethics is one of the big outstanding questions when it comes to widespread use of AI in the healthcare system. There's obviously no shortage of demand of using these technologies. People, I think, believe in the promise of what these technologies can do for patients themselves in getting better quality care, but also for the healthcare system to deliver, again, better quality and more sustainable healthcare. The challenge is how do you make sure that we're protecting, patients' rights around privacy and the use of their data, as well as equity of access and quality of care that gets delivered. Often when you're working in sort of niche areas of technology or in the healthcare system, it can feel sometimes isolating. But what support like this shows is that there's a lot of interest out there and resources to help us solve this together as an ecosystem. And I think that's pretty important. A lot of these problems are not trivial, and it requires sort of the best in minds and lots of different stakeholders coming around the table and discussing things in the open. And that's why putting on these kinds of events can be so valuable.
So, as I said before at the start of this video, this is the last episode of 2024. And as we head into 2025, I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And also take an opportunity just to reflect on what's been an incredible year for Health Innovation Kent Surrey Sussex. We have launched our external strategic business plan for the next 2 years, which dives into our vision to build a healthier and more equitable society and connect people to transformative ideas and enable people to have access to the treatments and innovations that they truly deserve, and set some of the priorities that we have around that, looking at areas like women's health, digital data and AI, healthy aging, and cardiovascular disease prevention, and more. And I'm really excited that as we go into 2025, we form the right collaborations and the right partnerships to be able to drive that change and improve the lives of the 4.7 million people that we support through innovation and transformation. Thank you for watching the video. Please do reach out and let's make sure that 2025 is a year for innovation in the NHS.